You'll all probably have heard of something called Stockholm syndrome. It was the name given to a psychological condition. It became very, very popular during the 70s when the terrorism industry went up to maximum speed. Jews and other people were captured by terrorists, sometimes were executed in front of terrorists, and yet the strange phenomenon was when special forces arrived to liberate the captives from the terrorists, then often the people whose lives had just been threatened by these people were protecting the people who were threatening to kill them. The strange thing is that when you are abused, and maybe it's a psychological mechanism to protect you from the pain that you're going through, you start to see yourself through the eyes of your oppressor. It's called Stockholm syndrome. And from the last 2,000 years to today, we are constantly being told that we are horrible people, selfish people, that we don't care about other people, Jewish or non-Jewish, but nothing could be further from the truth. I invite you to go to any Jewish community, particularly if you go to the Orthodox Jewish communities, they often produce a book of resources that you'll find within the community, where to go to find Jewish doctors and Jewish dentists. But there are pages called Gemach pages. These are pages where you will find individuals who've set up a Gemach. It is a little project of theirs to help other people. And it's all free. Of course, there are Gemachs for loans if you need money, but there's Gemachs for babies' diapers. If you've run out of diapers, somebody's going to lend you that. Or you need some medication, there's medications, there's Gemachs for everything. Because chesed and philanthropy, that defines the Jewish people. It's one of our ambitions as a people, one of our chief characteristics that we aspire to. My wife had something that happened to her 6 weeks ago that really, really upset her. Normally, of course, on Friday night, you light Shabbos candles. After you've lit Shabbos candles, it's Shabbat. When I came home from shul, I saw that my wife was very, very distressed. She was distressed because she'd forgotten to light her Shabbat candles. And she couldn't light them now because Shabbat had begun. And there they stood on their tray for the whole of Shabbat, dull, dark, almost looking at us accusatively. After Shabbat, my wife said, "What can I do?" She feels so bad about this. Well, she knew the answer. The normal, traditional Jewish custom is if you forget to light Shabbat candles, you light an extra one every week. My wife says, "I don't want to do that. It'll be like a finger pointing at me every week. You forgot to light a Shabbat candle." But my wife and I had watched a video of a fellow who lives in Israel called Shai Groucher. He was visiting an Israeli soldier who'd been seriously wounded in Gaza, and his wife was standing by his bedside. They're a very, very young couple. Sephardi Jews, not at all religious. And this fellow, Shai Groucher, gives tremendous support and tries to build the gap between the religious and non-religious communities in the land of Israel. The young woman wanted for the first time in her life to do a mitzvah, to observe a Jewish commandment. And the Jewish commandment she wanted to observe was lighting Shabbat candles. But she didn't have any candlesticks. So when Shai Groucher said, "How can we help you? What do you need?" "I'd like candlesticks." He went out and bought her a set of silver candlesticks. And you can see in the video her lighting candles before Shabbat for the very first time. It was very, very moving. My wife saw this, I saw this, and my wife said, "I'd like to do that. I'd like to find a couple who are exactly in that situation who would like to have a set of candlesticks." And I said, "That's good." And it came to my mind that maybe that could be, instead of an extra candlestick to be burning, an extra candle to be burning every Shabbat, how about that? We'll find somebody and buy them candles, and that would do instead. We phoned our rabbi, he said that'll do fine, no problem whatsoever. My wife somehow got in touch with this fellow called Shai Groucher. He heard what she wanted to do. A week later he phoned back. He'd found a perfect candidate. A young woman, a very young woman, a girl. Her husband was just killed in Gaza, leaving a 3-month-old baby. And she wanted to light candlesticks. And so my wife said, "Right, I'll buy 3 silver candlesticks, and I want her to have them." Shai Groucher said, I don't want to push you, and of course there are other people who are willing to do this, but do you think, you see, somebody's offered a job, she can work from home, but she needs a computer, and she doesn't have a computer. Do you think you could push yourself a little bit further and also buy her a computer? So my wife said, we'll buy the computer as well. Now we tried to make this a private thing, that people shouldn't know what we'd done. However, somehow or other on the website of this organization, there was the video of Shai Groucher visiting this young woman with the 3 candlesticks and her little baby, because of course there's a 3rd candlestick for the baby, and of course the computer as well.
I'm here with Avia, and I want to thank Rabbi YY and Elisa Rubinstein for the beautiful candlesticks. There's also a small one for Berry, and also for the computer so she can study for school, and I think it's very special to be here. We were here yesterday, and we didn't even wait 24 hours to make Avia happy and to be with her and supporting her. And of course, cute Berry that is sleeping, we got her toys and presents.
You see, it's in our blood to try and help other people. Other Jewish people, family, non-Jewish people too. It's what we've always done. It's something that defines us. It's something we should and are proud about. Don't let the world impose another Stockholm syndrome on us now at these difficult times for the Jewish people. Go to any Jewish community, get the community book, look at the page after page after page of the gemachs, of the little charities, the mini charities set up, the micro charities set up by Jewish families for babies' bottles and babies' diapers and babies' clothes, or help for old people and medical equipment. It's what we do. We can be proud that when it comes to defining the Jewish people, the Hebrew word is chesed, kindness, philanthropy. It's what we try to do. It's what makes us Jews. And that's something to be proud of.